I want to talk about the transition. Look, in the 90s, the internet happened, right? And all of a sudden, people on laptops are sitting there doing what you guys had developed a skill for. What was your initial thought on the idea of a schmo like me getting behind a screen and going, I'm going to buy? What did that look like?
Yeah, I could tell you that by the time I was leaving, the end of 1999, 2000, it was really starting to come into play. Mm-hmm. And the writing was on the wall for a lot of the firms that were down there. Everything started consolidating, getting small. When I started, there was 55 firms on the exchange. And when I left, I think there was 15. So it was starting to get smaller and smaller. Everything was becoming electronic. We used to trade in eighths and quarters and halves. Then it went to sixteenths. Then it went to pennies. Right. Pennies to me was really the end of the market down there, as we knew it anyway. It's still there. It still exists. Still the greatest place in the world. But when we went to pennies and everything became electronic, I was the first clerk ever in 1987, before the crash, to have an electronic trading book. No idea what I was doing, just push buttons. It was a pain in the ass. I had errors every single day, but that was the first. So when I left in 2000, that's when it really became accessible for guys like you and retail traders to be sitting at home and watching the markets. And if you knew a little technical analysis, that's how you made your trades.
For guys like you that built your life and your career on the floor, was there anger and bitterness, or did you embrace it, or what did that actually look like for you guys?
That's a good question. It depends on how you went out, Gates. If you went out because your firm got taken over for $6.5 billion, then you weren't so angry. If you went out because of attrition and everything just getting smaller, then it wasn't so great. And it was a huge adjustment for a lot of people. Go ahead, Pete.
No, I was going to say I was the last. So I don't even own a computer to this day. I'm a tech, and I completely resisted the transition. So this started to get a little bit techified, and they came up with this little Palm Pilot. I'm sure you remember the Palm Pilot. It had a little stylus. That was actually the first card what they gave us from paper and pad to a Palm Pilot to try and trade. I was completely resistant of it. Then they went to what it looks like sort of an iPad was the next transition. And I literally resisted it to the point where I was the last broker who basically, they said to me at the end of, they said it was a Friday afternoon. They said, Pete, if you don't pick up and embrace the handheld computer and start trading with it Monday, you're out of a job, because we are not going to be able to trade on paper any longer. So I'm a perfect example of somebody who resisted it. I hate it. I loved Open Outcry. I don't like the handheld computer. Look, and at the end of the day, it changed the whole nature of the market in so many different ways. Look, it opened another door, right? For every door that closes, one opens, right? So all the new technical analysis, all the people upstairs, a whole new generation of people started trading the market. And for that, we're grateful. The things that changed during COVID, right? David and I created Wall Street Global Trading Academy as a function of COVID happening. 40 million new traders came into the market, right? When suddenly accessibility to the market changed. Everybody with an iPhone and $100 could trade the market when Webull and Robinhood came along. And that happened during COVID. So David and I looked at each other. We've been friends since back in the day. And we said, you know what? We're looking at all these new applications, but the one thing they're missing is the educational component. None of these companies, they're giving access to the market. They're inviting everybody to the party, but they're not telling anybody how to do it. They're not teaching them that this isn't a get-rich-quick scheme. They're not teaching people how to use technical analysis and risk management. So we spent 6 months building Wall Street Global Trading Academy, which exists to this day. We have thousands of students all over the world. It's 21 hours, 21 videos. We coach and mentor all our students every week. David was probably one of the best teachers in technicals in the whole world, right? I mean, he's the kind of guy, when you were in college, you didn't care what he taught. He was one of those teachers you just wanted to be in his class. And and it's his motivation. It isn't even about the money. It's basically he loves, look, for us, we love what we do, right? I love it from the floor. He loves it as a teacher. So I'm the motivator in chief. David is the teacher, and we have students that come on. We coach and mentor them every Thursday night. And, we're there to make this market accessible, affordable, and fun, to teach them it's not about getting rich quick. It's about literally hitting singles and doubles and creating some disposable income.